Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw Tips and Tricks, and I just can't stop. This is another pencil drawing that I found on the internet that the artist is unbelievable that he can do it with a pencil. But I've done it with Corel, and I printed out on an 8.5 by 11. And if that doesn't look like that cube is floating and had come out of that square, I don't know what it is. So, pretty easy to draw, and I wish everybody would try it. Here's actually his pencil rendition. I'm going to take a rectangle. So I've got my page at 8.5 on 11. I'm going to take that, and I'm going to make a duplicate of it, and I'm going to move the duplicate over there. I'm going to take this one and rotate it 45 degrees, so I get that point. Now this one, I'm going to say just like 10 degrees. Now, you want it pretty close. So what we're going to do, we're going to work on the first box first. And it's kind of easy just to do it this way. And I'm not saying that anybody was ever going to want to do this, but if you have grandchildren or young kids, it's pretty impressive to show them optical illusions. But it might give you a tool or two. So I'm going to Control D and make a duplicate. While holding down the control button, I'm going to go right there. Then I'm going to take a 2-point line and just go from that node to that node, that node to that node. Now I'm drawing in red. I'm going to make them all black later. Now, like in any cube or anything like this, you should not be able to see these other lines. So we're going to delete these other lines. And what that did, that gave you a box looking shape. We're going to go ahead and finish it. I'm going to go ahead and make all my lines black. And I'm going to make them a little bit thicker than before, just mainly for the video. Well, that's too thick. You don't want them too thick. So the top just needs to be a little bit off-white. So I'm going to just get something other than white. The other ones just need to be a little bit darker. You know, and you could even probably play around with some some interactive fill tool on it, but I don't really think it's necessary. Now, if you notice that we've lost our lines, so we're going to right click and put the lines back. Now, I'm going to take this original one and I'm going to hit the plus key on the keyboard, and I'm just going to move it down. The other one's going to be on the way for a minute, but that's good. Now, I am going to left click no fill. We're going to take that away anyway in just a second. I'm going to take the Smart Fill tool and I'm going to put that color right there. Now I can nudge that out of the way and get rid of my box. Now to make this to me look more real, I'm going to make it a little bit lighter. I'm going to hit the Control button and add a little white to it. Now to make it look more like a shadow, I'm going to go to Effects, Blur, and Gaussian Blur to make it just look more like a shadow. And you can play with that and make it more or less. So we're done with that one. We need to move this out of the way about a little bit. So we're going to have to move, to get it on this paper, we're going to have to move it this way. Now I'm going to hit the plus key on the keyboard, make a copy of that, and I'm going to just bring this in. And then I'm going to take the 2-point line, and I'm going to go from there to there. If you don't hit it, and it'd almost be easier. I do draw in red hairline, but in this case, it's not helping because I'm going to have to change them, but I like doing that. Now we're going to see our shadow is actually bigger than you think it is. So I'm going to delete these lines. We might have to move our shadow out of the way, but it worked. I don't know why I keep getting that. I'm going to go ahead and make this line black. And I'm going to fill this in with a black, meaning like it's completely gone. like it's the hole. Now I'm going to take the Smart Fill tool, and the artist that I'm kind of copying it kind of did this side a little bit darker, so I'm going to go just a little bit darker on that side. And I might be a little bit too dark. So let's back up here and start off with that first one. Maybe go here and then go just one step over. Corel will always kind of show you which one you're using by it's highlighted. And that's pretty much it. Now you would print this out, and I cut it just with I just cut it with scissors. Probably the easiest thing to do would be to lay a good ruler across it and X-Acto knife it. Mine looks pretty good. I just used regular scissors, but I wouldn't not mark the line, but you're going to want to cut it. I'm going to take and hold down the control button, and you're going to want to cut it. And see, we're a little bit off from this one. I actually had the lip over. So I think we could actually fix that by just rotating it just a little bit to get that one edge just above the other one. And to me, it adds some realistic part to it. Maybe not that necessary. And you can see that if we bring this line, if you cut it right here and across, that line's going to stick over the cut. Anyway, I really enjoy making these. I'm not saying you'll ever cut this out, but it might give you a tool or few to think about other things. You know, if you just had to draw a cube that was like floating in the air. Anyway, I hope that helped just a little bit. Thank you for watching.